heard my cry and pitied every groan. Long as I live and troubles rise, I'll hasten to His throne. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Can I say it one more time? I love the Lord, and he heard my cry. Oh yes, he did, and pitied every groan. Long as I live and troubles arise, I'll hasten to His throne. How's everybody doing? Aloha, aloha, aloha. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And greetings from beautiful, wonderful, drop dead gorgeous Waikiki Beach, Hawaii. And I just want to say that I stopped by for a couple of minutes. Y'all say, hey, Brother Rick, I thought you'd be live at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern. Hey, I don't know what time it is. I'm all over the place in Waikiki. So if I feel inspired to talk, I just get up and start talking to you guys. If I think it's something that you need to know. We're coming into the new year. I want to talk to you guys for a few minutes about the velocity of money and the whole idea of being able to make money and not make money slow, but to make money fast, about the velocity of money and how important it is to understand in money that it desires speed. Your money, my money, it desires speed. Wealth is waiting on you. Wealth is waiting on me, but there's a prerequisite for wealth, and that prerequisite is that you have to make money fast. You cannot make money slow and become wealthy. You said, Ricky, that's not true. There is no such thing as a get rich quick scheme. You got to do things slow if you want to make some money. Well, I stopped by to let you know that you are saying things that was true 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago, but that's not a true statement today. Today, you can make money extremely fast, and you can make money in large amounts of money, and you can make it in days. You can make more money in a day now than some people are going to make in the rest of their lives, simply just by changing what you're doing. So let's talk about the velocity of money. First of all, let me read the definition of velocity to you. The definition of velocity is this: the speed of something in a given direction, or the rate at which money changes hands within an economy, the velocity of circulation. So these are terms that that the Bible backs up and that the Bible endorses. In other words, first of all, let me say hello to some of you all. Good morning, Selena. Good morning. It's morning in Hawaii. Forgive me. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning here. And good morning, Flavor. Flavor. Okay, we get it. Flavor Vibe Broadcast. Good morning. How you doing? And good morning to all of you all here on YouTube as well. I don't see any of you guys comments, so I don't know who I'm talking to over here. So good morning to all of you. So we're talking today about the velocity of money. And is your money growing fast or is your money growing slow? In fact, what type of program do you have? Do you have a program where at the rate that your money is growing currently? Good morning, Selena. God bless you. If at the rate that your money is growing currently, will you die rich or will you die poor? Will you have enough money for your kids and your grandkids, or will they just be X'd out of the picture? So if what you're doing right now, if it's the monotony of just every 2-week pay period, and that's all you're doing, then that means that your money is doomed and that your legacy is destined to be poverty. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want you to be poverty stricken, and we don't want your kids to not be in the equation. Okay, so I'm here in beautiful Hawaii today, And I have my goddaughter, she's 12. I have my grandson, Joey, he's 9. I have my granddaughter, Tyler, she's 14. I have my daughter, Shantice. Then we have Ricky, Sean, and Bree, our grown children, and 3 of our grown children, that is. And so you say, why are you saying all that, Ricky? It's because we're teaching them the velocity of money. You say, Ricky, y'all just in Hawaii, just having a good time. Yeah, we're having a good time, aloha and all of that. But we have board meetings while we're here. You're like, board meetings? What do you mean, Ricky? Yeah, us and the kids. This is part of what they have to do. They can't just come down here and run around the beach and run in and out of the volcanoes and do all the things that we're doing. Yes. We took them to Pearl Harbor yesterday so they can see how that place was blown up and how people have died for our liberties and all of that. So we teach them sobering things too, not just about having fun. We believe that you got to have fun. It's very important in life because life ain't nothing if you walk around with some tight butt cheeks. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. But you got to be responsible and you got to be sober when it comes down to this money game. And you got to learn, how do I make money fast? Because making money slow, the slow money plan is really the no money plan. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to prove it to you out of the Bible. So let me show you a couple of things. The first, I just got 2 points to make. The first point is that you have to make you as an individual, you got to make money faster than the way you're making it right now, because velocity is the speed in a given direction. So your money wants velocity. It wants to grow a lot faster. So how do you do that? First of all, let me make sure I said hello to everybody. I am Seti, good morning. And let me make sure I just said hello to you guys. And Sunday Native, good morning as well. And Tets, Randolph, good morning. And Boss Freeman, good morning, if you're still here with us. And you guys, I don't see none of you guys on YouTube saying hello. So let me make sure it's Lady Shay, how you doing? And Daria, how you doing? Good evening. I don't know what time it is where you all at. I'm a little mixed up with this time. I just know it's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Hawaii. I can't keep up. I don't know what time it is with you guys. And Brother Johnson, good morning. So we're talking about the velocity of money today, the fact that money desires speed, and that if your money's not growing fast, then you have no chance of becoming financially independent or passing nothing on to your kids because you're going to run out of time. And time is the most precious commodity that we have. So let's talk about the first thing that you need to do to speed up time. The first thing that you need to do is you need to change places with being an employee and become an employer. All right. So you need to change places from being an employee and become an employer if you want to make money fast. All right. And the proof of it is right here in Matthew, the 20th chapter. So let's check it out to see what Jesus said. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven. Okay. What is the kingdom of heaven? That means the riches of heaven. What does that mean? That means the wisdom of heaven. That means what? That means the glory of heaven, which is right down here on earth right now for all you guys who, waiting around on some kingdom. I stopped by to let you know that you're late. The kingdom of heaven is already here, because the kingdom of heaven is not meat and drink, but righteousness, joy, and peace in the Holy Ghost. And it's already here. The kingdom of heaven is talking about a way of living. It's talking about we have a king, and this king treats us the way a king treats their subjects. All right. So we are little kings and little queens in the middle of a big kingdom, and we're building our own kingdoms. Are you listening to me? All right. So Jesus is like, if you want to understand what it's like to operate in this kingdom, hi Felicia, how you doing, dear? Hope you guys had a wonderful time on Clubhouse. So Jesus is like, if you want to understand how to operate in this kingdom and you want to build up kingdoms of your own, he said, let me explain to you some of the rules of the kingdom. And let me tell you some of the protocol of the kingdom, because money desires speed. So Jesus starts teaching a lesson about money. All right. So when Jesus starts talking about money, you should pay attention. I'm doing wonderful, brother Derek. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Aloha, my friend. All right. So here's Jesus. He said, for the kingdom, this is Matthew, the 20th chapter. He says, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. So if you want your money to grow fast, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to do things before everybody else is doing it. All right. If you want your money to grow fast. All right. Because first of all, you got to make money faster. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So he says he's like a man, a householder that went out early. What does that mean? That means that he went out before everybody else was doing something. Typically, when I'm up getting some coffee in the morning, like when I walk down here to Starbucks, typically nobody else is up. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. It's like 4:30 in the morning. And I go down. Now I'm chilling because I'm in Hawaii now, and I'm not going to do that every day because I'm forcing myself to sleep later, forcing myself to relax, forcing myself to do stuff because I'm a hyper dude. I just don't really know how to. I'm not real good at relaxing. Not because I'm not because I'm like frantic, but I just believe in doing things ahead of time so that I don't have no frantic life. And it's hard for me to relax. All right. That's what I'm doing here. I'm down here aloha and trying to relax. I really am. But my mind works so much until it's hard to do. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I got all these thoughts on my mind. I'm like, man, could you just lay down? And my mind is like, that's not you. How did you get rich, Ricky? You got rich because you're so busy working and doing things in advance before everybody else. Why? Because I have the spirit of the kingdom of God. I have the spirit of this Bible. And this Bible teaches you to be a very proactive person. All right. The Bible is a very good training book. It teaches you how to be diligent at a real high level. And Jesus is teaching a lesson right here. Jesus says, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, taking care of his house. All right. So if you're going to take care of your house, this is what you need to do. This is what Jesus is teaching you. He said he went out early in the morning. What? He got up before everybody else did. He does things before everybody else does it. How you doing, Hovey? He does things before everybody else does it. If you want to be successful, do everything before everybody else is doing it. All right? Do everything while everybody else is. By the time everybody else catch up, you moved on to something else. And for you guys that's wondering why I'm looking up, I'm talking to the people live on YouTube, and I'm talking to you guys on Instagram at the same time. Okay? So he says, so the kingdom of heaven is like a householder, somebody that's taking care of their crib. In other words, if you're going to take care of your house, your empire, your kingdom, this is what Jesus is teaching you. This is how you do it. He said, get up early, all right, before everybody else knows what's going on. All right, do stuff before everybody else find out about it. He said, and he went out to hire laborers in his vineyard. So God is like, look, I'm tired of y'all working for other people, and that's all you do. God, this is God talking to you, all right? This ain't Brother Ricky. Listen to me. This is God talking. My lips are moving, but this is God talking to you. God is like, I'm tired of you being a slave. I'm tired of you working for other people. You need to be an equal. You need to have people that work with you just like you work with people. In other words, how you doing, Tiffany? God bless you, and Happy New Year to you in advance. So Jesus is teaching a lesson right here. He's teaching a concept right here about what it means to be a householder, what it means to take care of your crib, what it means to build up a kingdom. He's teaching a concept. He says he went out in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. Let me tell you how important it is to hire people. God is so interested into you hiring people until sometimes he'll fire you. He'll fire you from what you're doing. Why? So that you can hire him, because you're not even in close enough contact with God to even know what you ought to be doing, because you're so tied up on your job. You got so many hours you put into what it is that you're doing until you and God don't have enough time together to create ideas and massive wealth. Because if you spend some time with your amazing mind, listen to me, your mind is amazing. You don't know how amazing your mind is. If you had some more time to spend with it, then you'd be able to make money faster, because you'd be able to come up with money-making ideas. So that's why that's why Jesus is teaching right here. He says, look, free your time up. Go out and hire somebody. So you say, Ricky, I can't afford to hire nobody. If I was you, I'd borrow somebody to hire people. Look, put it this way. Let's say that you went out and that you got a job right now, and all you make is, let's just say you make $60,000 a year. All right, so let's say you make $5,000 a month. Let's just say that that's what you earn. Hey, Frank, how you doing? So let's just say that you make $5,000 a month. Let me get back to, so I can see who's talking to me over here on YouTube as well. So Kevin, how you doing? God bless you. And Shay, I believe I said good morning to you, Shay. Good morning, Cookie. I'm doing wonderful. How are you there? So let's say that you make $60,000 a year as a salary. And you said, Ricky, if I started a business, I don't have the money to start a business. I said, okay, so let's just say that you started something, and let's just say that you borrowed $1,000. That's just hypothetical. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you borrowed $1,000, and you said, well, for what? You said, so I can hire somebody to do some work for me. So you paid them $1,000. You say, now, Ricky, I got to pay that $1,000 back. All right, but it's okay, because they turn around and they make you an extra $1,000. All right, so now you got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now they made you $1,000. All right. You said, Brother Rick, they worked another month. You said, okay. So now they made you another $1,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you earned $2,000. You earned $2,000 off the $1,000 that you borrowed. So now you just paid $1,000 back, and you still got $1,000 extra, and you didn't do none of the work. So this is the difference. This is what Jesus is teaching us here. He's like, listen, I will fire you from off of a job so that you can think. He said, because some of y'all work too much. So you're so busy working until you're not thinking. So your chances of your money growing fast is zero, because the only money you make is the money you make while you're working a job. And it's just too slow. The way that you're earning money is too slow. It's like you have no chance of becoming financially independent because your money grows too slow. I'm talking about the money you make, and we're going to talk about the money growing in a second. I'm just making 2 points today. And I'm talking about the velocity of money. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So the first problem is that people are employees, and you got to get out of that employee mindset. The word employee, all right, in law means slave, and the word boss in law means slave master. So some of you all, the only way that you're making money is you're making slave wages. So the chances of you dying like a king and dying like a prince and leaving money to everybody is zero, because you're a slave. Slaves don't leave money. All right. Slaves don't leave inheritances. All right. Slaves, they work for people, and they create inheritances for the people that they work for. Excuse me. They don't make money and pass it on to their kids. They create money for the people who pass money on to their kids. Why? Just trade places. Y'all ever see that movie with Eddie Murphy, Trading Places? Just trade places with your employers, and you become the employer. All right. So you say, Ricky, I don't have the money to do that. Borrow it. You say, Ricky, I would never borrow any money to be able to pay somebody to work for me. Well, that makes plenty of sense. If you borrow the money and you got $2,000 left over from what you borrowed, just pay it back. And now you still got $1,000 left. That's just common sense. It's just third grade math, but common sense ain't so common. You say, well, Ricky, what's the fastest way for me to make money? Borrow as much money as you can as fast as possible. You say, Ricky, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yes, it does. How do I know that? Because the richest places in the world are the banks. All right. If I showed you the top 10 banks in the world, they all got several $1 trillion in assets. Why? Because they open 6 days a week to do what? Borrow money. Why? Because they want money fast. Are you listening to me? I know you have not been taught that way, because you went to these child concentration camps that they call schools. And in school, they taught you some backwards, fickle math that ain't got nothing to do with real life. In real life, common sense ain't so common. But that's what we teach. That's what I teach. That's why we have a financial IQ challenge. And let me help you out, because some of you guys don't even know, what's going on. So let me remind you about that. So on the 2nd of January, next Monday, in fact, you guys can come along and you can learn from us for a whole week how we make this money, how we make millions of dollars, and how you can do the same thing too. And how I came up from $50 in a hotel room to be able to make the money that we make. We make more money in a day than some of y'all gonna make over the next 10 years. Are you listening to me? Since I've been on vacation, I done made more money than some of y'all gonna make all year. And some of y'all gonna make in 2 years, and some of y'all gonna make in 10 years. You say, Ricky, why are you bragging about money? It only sounds like bragging to a hater. All right. I'm teaching you concepts because it doesn't make any sense to be teaching you some concepts that I don't do. So what I'm telling you is that the reason that the first problem with y'all money-wise not growing fast enough is because you're the only person that's working. And if you don't get nothing else out of what I'm talking about, that'll really bless you. If you go into 2023 and you're the only person that's working for you, then that means you're begging for poverty. It's like, I'm determined to be broke. It's like I'm gonna go through a whole nother year, and all the money I make is the money I made from my own personal efforts. That makes zero sense. You can't make money like that. It's too slow. You're gonna die poor unless you change that attitude. All right. I'm not gonna placate you and pacify you and all that sort of thing. Don't you want somebody in your life who will just look you in the eye and say, look, you got to stop that. That's not in your best interest. Okay. You cannot get wealthy like that. You are breaking principles. This is Jesus teaching the principle of wealth. This is Jesus Christ teaching right here. This is the 20th chapter of Matthew. So look at what he says. He says, for the kingdom of heaven, he said, for the kingdom of heaven is like a man. He got up early, so he's always doing things before everybody else. And then he hired some laborers in his vineyard. And when he agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard to work. Then he went out about the 3rd hour, and he saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And he said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I give you. He said, and they went out their way. He said again, he went out about the 6th and the 9th hour and did likewise. And Jesus is saying, listen, this is how you get rich. Okay. You go out and you hire somebody. Then you go out and you hire somebody. And then you go out and you hire somebody else. You say, well, how many people should I hire, Ricky? You should hire enough people to do everything it is that you shouldn't be doing. All right. Everything that you shouldn't be doing, you should hire somebody to do. You say, well, how do I even know what somebody ought to be doing? Well, that's why you need to come to class. Part of what we teach you in our class is the 4 components of how to run a company. That's part of what we teach. And I'll teach you that if you come to class. I don't have time to teach you everything now. But if you come to class, I'll teach you the 4 components of how to run a company, the people that you need to have in place to be able to run a dynasty, a multi-million-dollar business. And anybody can do it. And you can start like right from the beginning, because you're good at some things and then you're really bad at some things. All right. And if you come and you learn, we will teach you how to leverage what it is that you're supposed to be doing, because you guys got to understand this. Money desires speed. That means you need your money. It wants to grow fast. If you'll put your money in the right position, it'll pay you so quickly, it'll blow your mind. You'll look up and you're like, man, I have never had that much income in 1 month in my entire life. I've never seen that kind of income in 1 week in my entire life. But you got to trade places and stop being the employer and become the employee. You got to trade places and stop being the slave and become the person who hires folk. And you can do it. And you say, Ricky, I don't understand who I need to hire. That's what you get trained for. All right. That's why you come to class. You come to class so that you can do the things that you know don't know how to do. You say, Ricky, I don't want to borrow no money, Ricky, and then just trick the money out. Good. That's a great concern to have. That's why you need to be educated. All right. That's why we have an IQ challenge once a month. You know what coming to our challenge is like? It's like coming to Harvard Business School. That's what it's like. And for a week, we'll teach you things that you haven't learned in your whole life. That's why it's our financial IQ challenge. To do what? To challenge your financial IQ, so that you can and so that you can grow what? Fast. Because y'all taking too long. Y'all taking too slow. Some of the stuff y'all doing, even if you do it to the very best of your ability, you're still going to die poor. You're going to die poor even if you do what you're doing to the best of your ability, because what you're doing, the concept behind what you're doing, it doesn't work. The concept, all right, the system that you're working in, it does not work because it's not biblical. All right. If you don't listen to Jesus, I can't help you. All right. Excuse me. This is Jesus talking. And Jesus said, if you want your money to grow fast, you got to hire people. He said he hired some people in the morning, he hired some people in the afternoon, and then he hired some people in the evening too. If that ain't a lesson, I don't know what else is. If you don't get nothing else out of this lesson, you better learn how to hire somebody. So that means that you're going to have to learn how to communicate with people, because if you're going to hire somebody, that means they need to work with you. And if you a person who say, I'm the Lone Ranger. All right. If this is your attitude, I'm the Lone Ranger, man. I'm the butcher. I'm the baker. I'm the candlestick maker. If it's going to happen, I got to make it happen. If you have that attitude, then I just stopped by this morning to let you know that your whole 2023 is going to be in vain. You're about to waste a whole nother year if God give you a whole nother year. That's right. You're going to come into this year broke, and you're going to leave out of this year broke, if that's your attitude. If your attitude is that it's got to be me, I'm the one that's got to do it. If that's your attitude, I'm telling you right now, that is not biblical. That will not work. That's an unbiblical attitude. That's a dangerous attitude to have. That's a toxic attitude to have. God makes sure that you have to hire people, which means that you have to have people skills. You have to learn what to say, how to say, who to hire, how to hire them. You have to learn who ought to be in your corner, who you don't want to be bothered with. You got to get an attitude of joy and jubilance and jubilation and energy and invigoration, so that the people that come around you, they'll be attached to that. They'll already have that attitude. So as you go out to hire this year, because some of y'all listening to me and some of y'all will do it, as you go out to hire this year, go out and find the people who are already looking to work for you. Don't go out looking for people and try to convince them to work for you. And what I learned from Sam Zell, one of my major mentors and who I listen to most mornings, Sam Zell said that when he hires people, he just looks for really talented people. And then he teaches them within his culture. He just figures out a place for them. He just looks for really talented people with really great attitudes, because that kind of person can adopt. All right. That kind of person can adjust. And you can't run out hiring people who can't adopt and adjust. Are you listening to me? The second thing is that Sam Zell does, and I really like it, is he has a very transparent behavior and a very transparent culture. In other words, when you come into his culture and you started working with him, he lets you know everything that's going on in business, and this is how he operates, and this is your part that you play. And if you start going around trying to do secret stuff, he fires you. And I totally believe in it, because I'm like, look, we all in this thing together. So if you want to come in and start this competition type stuff, then you're not going to get along. Why? Because first of all, it's from the pit of hell. It's not biblical. Sam Zell is a Jew. He got his ideas from the Bible. All right. Jews are the richest people in the world. Just look up the Forbes 500 and you'll see it's disproportionately Jewish people. Why? Because they doing what I'm teaching you right now. That's why I teach you what? Wealth principles from where? The Bible. It's the most awesome, potent book in the world on wealth. And if you'll do it, if you'll pay attention to what's going on, then you'll be a shown up baller and a shown up shot caller. And you'll be able to take care of families and you'll be able to take care of people from years and generations to come. When you lay it down and you teach this kind of wisdom to your kids, they'll be able to do the same thing you did, but you got to teach them that we are not slaves, okay? That we are kings and we are queens, and we will not work for other people. And all the money that we make, the total amount of money income that comes in every month is based on the fact that we got a paycheck from somebody. We will not do that, all right? And we will not do a glorified job, because some of you all, you're entrepreneurs, or you profess to be entrepreneurs, but you're not an entrepreneur. Why? Because nobody works for you. So that means that you are a solopreneur posing as an entrepreneur, and that's not good. Why? Because it's only so many hours in a day, and it's only so much work that you can do by yourself, and it's you taking too long to make money. Money desires speed. Velocity is money in a given direction. Let me read it to you again, because some of you are not getting what I'm saying. All right? I want you to get this. And I'm taking my time with you. I know I'm in Hawaii. I know I want to be on the beach right now, but God wouldn't let me sleep. He said, you got to teach the people this today, Ricky. So I'm doing what he told me to do. The speed of something in a given direction, in a given direction, in a given direction. All right. All right. What does that mean? That means that as you accumulate an estate, you have to be doing one part of it really good. And then you got to delegate everything to everybody else, because your work has to be in a given direction. And then the people that work with you, what they do, it has to be in a given direction. In other words, you are putting all you got into this task, into this job description. I'm putting all I got into what I do to make the company grow. And then collectively, we are all doing what we do as individuals to have collective growth, because money desires speed, velocity. But what is velocity? It is speed in a given direction. So if, hello, health expert, how you there? So if you are trying to run a business and you're trying to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things in the business, that saturated behavior is not speed in a given direction. So that means that you will never experience the beauty of momentum, because your money doesn't have any velocity. The scientific definition for velocity is speed in a given direction, which means that you need to be doing what it is that you do. You say, so Brother Ricky, how does that apply to you? So what do? I teach people about money. All right. I sing a lot and act. Those are the things I do. Teach, sing, and act. Teach, sing, and act. Teach, sing, and act. That's what I do. So the course for 2023, everything that I already got planned out, everything that I'll be doing, I'll be teaching, singing, and acting. And that's all I'll be doing. All right. That's speed in a certain direction. Now, what would everybody else be doing? Shantae pays the bills. I don't pay them. Why? Because I don't have time to slow down to be paying bills. Are you listening to me? I don't have time to slow down. When I get the way that my accounting system is set up, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Here's so I got a thing called HubDoc here on my phone. All right, HubDoc. You guys want to get that software? It's a HubDoc. All right. So I got this thing called HubDoc on my phone, and the reason I have it on my phone is because every time I get a bill, every time I buy something, I just take it, and then I get the receipt, and I take it, and I do this with the receipt, and let me see so y'all can see it here on Instagram too. Bam, take a picture of the receipt. It automatically goes to my bookkeeper, and then I get 4 times back what I spent my money on. Why? I'm going to talk to you about the circulation of money in a second. Okay, it's called HubDoc, Selena. HUBDOC. It's this blue one right here, right there. All right, this blue one. It's called HubDoc. So that's my software, and it works if you got a trust. You have to come to class so I can teach y'all what to do, so that you can get a trust, so you can make this real money. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this in a second about the circulation of money. But first, I got to tell you about how to make money first, because y'all making money too slow. Because I can teach you how to get 4 times back all the money you spend and circulate. I can teach you that. But if you ain't got no money to put into the trust in the first place, if you ain't got no money in the first place, then you ain't got nothing to circulate. So let's talk about first things first. The most important thing about your life is the money that's coming in. So how do you get money to come in faster than the way it's been coming in? That's the question today. And the answer to that is that you got to hire some doggone people. That's the first answer. You're like, well, Ricky, I can't afford to hire nobody. Well, borrow the money. You said, I would never borrow the money to hire nobody, because what if it don't work out? The question I would be asking myself is, what if it do work out? And then the other question I would ask myself is that if I don't hire nobody, am I going to die poor? And I tell you the answer to that, yes. The answer to that is yes. I'm going to die poor if I don't hire people to work for me. I'm going to die poor. It's a fact. All right. Why? Because Jesus is teaching right here what you got to do to be able to make your money grow fast. And if you want to listen to Jesus, I know you ain't listening to me. I'm just spreading the news. You do it make the most sense to you. I have people to do everything for me. So I don't pay the bills. Shantae pays the bills. Why? Because I have speed in a given direction. I could not be teaching you right now if I was sitting down slowing down for everybody that I got to make payments to and everybody I got to receive payments from. It just takes too long. Why? Because it saturates the whole idea of speed in a given direction. That's what velocity is. It's speed in a given direction. How you doing, Dr. Foster? And Soul Goals, how you doing? And SNKRC, how are you? And Health Expert, I believe I said hello. And to answer your question, Selena, I'll be in Hawaii for 2 weeks. And Lil Marco, good morning, and I hope you're doing wonderful. And Kenergy, King Energy, good morning. And do I have anybody else here on YouTube to say hello to? Okay, I don't believe anybody else has said hello. All right, so I'm taking my time to talk to you all, because sometimes you got to slow down before you can speed up. And if you guys get this lesson today, you'll go into 2023 and you'll be able to make a lot of money in 2023. You can become a millionaire easily in a year with the things that are going on in today's economy and the way that you make money today. You can make money really, really fast, but you got to get connected. When I turned on my computer and I tried to start teaching you all, it says, you're not connected to the internet. I said, okay. So I made sure that I clicked on the thing and I connected myself. Some of you all, you are not connected to money going fast because the connection is you don't have any employees. When I say employees, they can be independent contractors, but I'm talking about nobody works for you. It doesn't have to be an employee, because the way that we operate out of trust, I have no employees. I have all independent contractors that I pay. And everything that I pay to people, I get back 4 times what I pay them. So if you're operating out of a trust and you had $100,000 payroll, you pay yourself $400,000 just for paying the people to work for you. I know that blew your mind. I know. Come on, don't even act like that didn't blow your mind. Don't even act like that didn't blow your mind. Pay yourself to pay people to work for you. We'll get to that in a second. If I can get past this first part, it's hard for me to get past this first part of teaching y'all because y'all ain't getting this. All right, I feel it. I can feel resistance in my spirit when I'm talking to people. I can tell this is not, it's not registering. They're not hearing what I'm saying. That's why I'm taking my time and slow walking y'all through this process and reading the Bible to you. And listen, take this tape. These live recordings that I'm teaching y'all, these are multi-million-dollar trainings. All right, take them and then read them again. And then more importantly, sit down with your family and say, listen, this is Brother Ricky. And he's teaching us multi-million-dollar ideas. And he's teaching us for free. We ain't even in his class. Okay. So take what I'm teaching you and then sit them down and let them know I will not leave you my money until you sit down and watch this video, until you start understanding some principles, some Bible principles about how money works. All right. And you need to understand the principles first so you can teach somebody. All right. So Jesus said, if you want the money to grow fast, you're going to have to go out and hire as many people as you can. Okay. So that's the first thing. And if I was you, I'd borrow some money to hire some people. Okay. And then the second thing that you need to do is that your money got to grow faster. So how does your money grow faster? The Bible says, cast your bread upon the waters, and in many days it'll return unto you. This is Ecclesiastes 11:1. What does that mean? That means that your money has to come back after you sent it out. This is a big problem for the average person. This is where you guys really need to be in a financial IQ challenge. This is what you just don't know. All right. It's not your fault. This is not your fault that you don't know this. Okay. But it is your fault if you don't come to class. All right. You say, Ricky, you're doing a lot of lobbying to get people to come to your class. I don't need you to come to my class. I'm just telling you what you'll learn what's really going on because we're going to break it down like a fraction. I don't even need to even have a conversation with nobody on God's green earth to even be able to make money because I make more money spending my money than y'all make for a living. You say, Ricky, that sounds extremely arrogant. I told you it only sound arrogant to a hater. I'm just telling you facts, okay? That's because y'all not circulating your money. What do you mean circulating your money? Your money ain't coming back. Are you listening to me? Your money is like your kids. When they leave, they just gone forever. All right? Your money need to come back. Y'all like, man, I'm glad my kids didn't come back. Well, amen on that. You'll need your kids coming back and forth for the crib. Let me say hello to a few more people. Hi, Lincoln. How you doing? God bless you. And happy New Year to you. Lavish Party Rentals. Hello. How are you? And happy. I bring you greetings from beautiful Hawaii. Mika. I hope I'm saying that correct. And Dr. J, you know, I love you, man. So if you guys are still there. God bless all of you. Kevin, what's that, my friend? Kevin, I'll be glad to see you in class too. It's going to be on. I'm going to take my time with you. You know, that's why I give a 10 times guarantee back on my class. If you come to my class and you don't like it, and you was there all week, and I could see you was looking at me on your camera, I give you 10 times your money back. And you can lie and say you didn't like it, and I still give you 10 times your money back because I don't need your money, all right? But you will pay to come to class so you can learn what's going on. Are you digging what I'm saying? You will pay to come to class. You say, Ricky, how much is your class? To ask me questions is $5.97. You said, Ricky, did you say $597? Yeah, what you thought I was talking about, $5.97? Yeah, of course I'm saying $5.97. So he said, that's a lot of money, Ricky. I don't have that much money. That if your money is growing so slow, or the way that you are earning money is so slow, until you lie and say 597 little measly dollars is a lot of money. When you say something like that, that's proof that what? Your money is growing extremely slow. You don't understand the velocity of money. And I'm sure if you're telling me something like that, I'm positive that you have no employees. I'm sure of that. I'm sure that you don't have like one VA, nobody to work for you. Because what you're doing, hey, Brian, how you doing? And happy New Year to you, my friend. Because if you say $597 is a lot of money, that means that your money is growing extremely slow. And my suspicion is that you don't hire nobody, and that's why it's taking so long for your money to grow. That's my suspicion. So I've taken almost an hour just to teach y'all about the idea of hiring somebody. Why? Because I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and all the broke people I know, they don't have nobody to work for them. And I know that that's a problem. And as soon as I started making any little money at all, I started hiring people. I was like, look, when I get a check, it's a check that I didn't have before when I started doing my real estate deals. And I said, you know what? I didn't have this money before. I say, so now that I got this money, I ain't got no habits. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't get high. I don't trick off with no chicks. You dig what I'm saying? None of that. So I'm like, so what I'm going to do with the money that I'm making? Well, I'm going to hire some doggone buddy because they know better than me how to do things. And they know way better than me how to do stuff. They way smarter than I am in the areas that they smart in areas that I don't even want to be smart in. Okay. So I'm like, they doing good at stuff. I don't even want to be good at it. I don't even want to do it. All right. Like take technology, for example. I don't like technology. I mean, I like the money it makes, but I don't like doing it. I don't like pressing buttons. I don't like typing. I don't even look. I'm over here writing my second book now. And my book is called Unstoppable. All right. And I'm writing it with an ink pen because I can't even think typing. All right. I don't know, 60 years old school, call me whatever you want to call me. I don't know. But I can't even think like that. I've been writing with a pen since I was a little boy. But I can really write prolifically, and I can really tell stories, really vivid stories. And people all over the world listen to them, and they pay it for whatever. You know, people glad to pay money for stuff when it's quality. So I ain't got no problem producing quality products, but I don't know how to, I still type with one finger. All right. So I'm slow. So I'm going to take my time and write my book and all that sort of thing. What's my point? So I can't waste other time typing stuff and doing administrative work because I'm slow. All right. But I know I'm slow. Do you have enough sense to know that you're slow at something? Okay. And it would cost me too much money to be doing it. So I'm not going to do that. So I let other people do that. I let other people do the stuff for me that I should not be doing. And I told you I was going to switch over and talk about circulation, but I'm in my spirit. I'm feeling y'all not getting it. You're not getting the first part. You're finna go into 2023 as an employee slave. Are you kidding me? Are you listening to me? Listen, when you come to the Financial IQ Challenge, You will never say that $597 is a lot of money again. You'll never say that for the rest of your life. I will help relieve you of that lie because all of y'all know that's a lie. And it just means that if you got to think about it, even give it a second thought, it means that you're doing some really slow things with your money. If 597 little measly dollars, if it's a lot of money to you. So this is one of the rules of money. It follows speed. So I just told you, if you're not in my class, I just told you what it costs. $597 of what you pay, rather, because it's not what it costs, is what you pay. So what I do, as soon as I see something I like, as soon as I see it, I hurry up and buy the ticket. That's what I do. I'm like, look, I know I'm black, but I got the, when it come down to money, when it come down to money, I do stuff like white people because they do stuff like in advance, way in advance. You know, they be buying tickets for stuff, you know, it's going to be happening next year and all. You know, they do that stuff way in advance. That's why they run the world, okay? They don't run the world by happenstance. Our white friends, our white brothers and sisters, you're like, there ain't no brothers and sisters as me. That's because you're racist and you going to hell, so I ain't talking to you, all right? I'm talking to, this is a human race, okay? It got nothing to do with what color you are, but you ought to be at least trying to do something for your own people first before you do something for somebody else. But you better not be racist because you will wake up in hell, all right? So our white brothers and sisters who make all this money and who run the world, they do stuff in advance, way in advance. And when you tell somebody about something, they buy the ticket like right then and there. Now, this is a problem with black folk. You say, Ricky, when is your class? My class is January the 2nd. Okay, great. I'm going to sign up January the 1st. Well, why don't you sign up right now? What's stopping you? You know what's stopping you? Is the fact that you're not used to doing things with speed. So you cursing yourself. You say, Ricky, you're just trying to get me to sign up for your class. No, I ain't. If you know anything about me, you know that's not what I'm doing. This is not a sales ploy. I'm teaching you principles. And the reason I come on and teach you principles for free is because I love you more than I love money. So I just teach you how I got rich. And I'm telling you how I came up from $50 in a hotel room with nowhere to live. And how I got my kids and grandkids and everybody in Hawaii while some of y'all freezing y'all butt off. All right. I'm not cold. All right. It's 80 degrees outside. Are you listening to me? Aloha up in this piece. It's 80 degrees outside. And it's so much beautiful greenery around here. You walking around in paradise. This is the closest to get to heaven on earth, baby. All right. So you say, are you bragging again, Ricky? Nope. Only to you if you're drinking Haterade. If you're drinking Haterade, burp yourself. All right. Burp your doggone self and stop drinking that Haterade and stop acting like somebody always bragging. I'm teaching you principles because you can do the same thing. That's my point. My point is that it ain't no secret about God. He ain't no respected person. If he did something for me and anybody else that's got a little money, he'll do the same thing for you because all money to God ain't nothing but little money. So what's my point? My point is that you have to make your decisions faster. All right. Faster. When I got up this morning, a young man tried to call me from the penitentiary. He didn't have no more time on his phone. So real quick, I sent $100 to him. So when he wants to call me back, he had the money on his phone. He said, Ricky, why are you doing that? Because when I wake up in the morning, I'm trying to hurry up and figure out who I'm going to give some money to fast. Because money desires what? It follows what? It follows speed, the velocity of money. Are you listening to me? The velocity of money. I hear you, Selena. That's right. Say you'll be in Hawaii. That's right. Say you'll be in Hawaii. Speak to yourself. Speak over yourself. Say you'll be here next year when we broadcast. That's if we broadcast from here. Who knows? We might be in Bermuda or something. But we're gonna always start the new year off someplace warm. If I'm alive again next year this time, believe you me, I will not be in no cold place. All right, wherever it is, it's gonna be exotic wherever it is. All right, why? Because I got control over Ricky. I ain't got no control over you. But when I do stuff, I do it fast. I don't let my mind talk me out of stuff because money, what? It desires speed. Just ask yourself this question: how much money have I talked myself out of over the years? Just ponder that for a second. So every time I get ready to bust a move, and I got this cheap side of me, this tight butt cheek side of me, and I told y'all what I do. I go get $100 bills out the bank ahead of time. Why? Because when I run into the people that walk up to the car, I will never give them nothing less than $100 bill. Why? Because on purpose, I was ahead of the game. I know I'm gonna see them. I know somebody's gonna walk up to me. They're gonna need some money. So instead of not having none and using that for an excuse, or instead of only got a couple of dollars on me and then being cheap and handing them a couple of pennies or something like that, they ain't gonna change their life. I got one thing that I say to people. I say, God bless you. Take the rest of the day off. For a little $100, most of them will take the rest of the day off. They jet up out of there, especially if it's cold like it is, and around most of the country like it is now. They'll jet up out of there so fast, And then I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you that I was able to help somebody who's homeless like I was. All right. So now they having a good day. At least they having a good day. At least, at least they having a good day. At least I help them to have a good day, and I'm having a better day because now I know that person is better off. Are you listening to me? Money, it follows speed. It desires speed. You have to make decisions ahead of time. So when I meet people and they got great ideas and they start teaching me their ideas, and then they tell me what the price is that I pay to be able to get up with them a lot quicker, then I already made up my mind in 5 seconds, I'm going to do it. It's a 5-second rule. I make up my mind in 5 seconds what I'm going to do. You say, Ricky, I just can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. All right. Well, you look at your bank account. You look at the zeros in your account. All right. Now you tell me the decisions that you've been making up until this point about taking a long time to decide what you're going to do. You tell me, have you been successful doing that? Now, do you have at least $1 little million liquid someplace? At least $1 little million liquid someplace. Do you have that? Okay. Or are you working on that? Will that be a reality for you this year? Just $1 little million, not 10, 50, 100, just one. Okay. So if that's going to be a reality in your life, that means that if you've been making decisions slow and they have not worked out, that means that you're going to have to stop that. And you're going to have to change that behavior, and you're going to have to start making decisions fast. Some of y'all, I met y'all when I first started doing my financial IQ challenge. And some of you all, and y'all my friends, and I love y'all, but I left y'all in the dust when it come down to money. Why? Because you didn't make no decisions when I first met you. And now you sitting there kicking yourself saying, I should have learned some of the things that Ricky been doing since I first met him, And it's like he just kept doing it anyway, He just kept doing it it didn't matter whether I was going to do it or not. You know why? Because it doesn't matter to me whether you do something or not in terms of what I'm going to do. It does matter to me in terms of I love you and that I'm concerned about your life and I hate to see you wasting your time. But it doesn't matter to me in terms of what I'm going to do because I have no control over you. All right. So what I'm telling you is that I do things like white folk. All right. Because white folks got some good habits. That's why they got so much doggone money. So I do stuff like white folk when it comes down to this money. And they make decisions and they make them fast. And then they always early for everything. They ain't always behind the 8 ball trying to do some stuff at the last minute. And I'm telling all my black brothers and sisters, stop cursing yourself. Okay. Don't be like your mother and your father and your sister and your brother or anybody with bad habits around you. And you know that one of their bad habits is that they cheap. And that when it comes time for them to do something, they always trying to ponder it and all that sort of a thing. And then they just talk themselves out of everything. And that's why they ain't got no money. All right. Because they keep talking themselves out of their doggone money because you got a cheap side to you. And that cheap side to you is of the devil. It ain't of God. That ain't God talking to you. Talks you out of all that doggone money. That's the devil talking to you, making you all anxious and all that sort of a thing. What's proof of it? The 25th chapter of Matthew. We have a cat. 3 people get some money. God said, go flip it and make it happen. All right. We're talking about making the money grow. So 2 cats, they double their money. They good. The third dude, he talks himself out of it. All right. The third dude, he talks himself out of it. Are you listening to me? The third dude, he talks himself out of it. How does he talk himself out of it? He say, man, let me see. Let me see. If I could just give back my master what he gave me, I'd be good. All right. If I could just give him back what he gave me, I'd be good. I don't want to do all that work. So let me just go bury this money, and when he come back, I just give him, what he gave me. And that way I ain't gonna be in no trouble. See, the problem with that is that money desires speed. And God expects your money to grow fast. You say, huh? God expects my money to grow fast? Yeah. The stuff you doing, God is not in agreement with you. God is not in agreement with your slow decisions. No. That's the devil talking to you. That's not God. God is not in agreement with you being broke. Are you listening to me? That's the devil telling you that. That's not God. God is not in agreement with you being mediocre. That's the devil told you that, not God. God is not in agreement with you burying your gifts. That's the devil told you that, not God. The devil told you got a cheap side to you. All right. You got a cheap side to you, and it's extremely risky. You say, what I mean, Ricky? The dude thought he was doing the thing that made the most sense. He I just go bury bury the money in the ground and I'd be all right. But it was the most dangerous thing you can do. It's risky as hell. Why? Because God already told you that he don't like cowards. he, that he don't like fearful people, that fearful people and cowards are abomination to God. He already told you that. I'm the kind of God that you can't be neutral with. You got to roll up your sleeves and you got to make it happen. God is like, that's my expectation of you. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna deal with you. That's how God is. God is like, I don't like lazy people, and I don't like people that make excuses. God is like, and I will deal with you. You will not get away with that. God is like, no, you won't go burying your gifts. Some of y'all some seriously talented people, but I never know. We never know. Why? Because you can sing, but you won't sing. You can write, but you won't write. You can type, but you won't type. You can dance, but you won't dance. You can speak, but you won't speak. Are you digging what I'm saying? And then you really think that I'm just going to get away with that. God going to give me all of that, and I'm going to take it and do what I want to do with it instead of what he want me to do with it. And you really think the thing's going to turn out good? That's not going to turn out good. That's going to end up being a really bad. All right. We got another person just open up their trust. And congratulations to them. So I don't know if you're listening to me right now, but congratulations to you, Carol. Just text me. And I don't think she knows that I'm live, else she probably would have came on here. So congratulations to her. So this is a young lady that just texted me who will be getting back around a $400,000 tax refund just because she's spending $100,000 or circulating $100,000 right now as we speak, before the year is over, because she only has up to 4 days to get that done. So money desires speed. You say, Ricky, you say, whoa, back up a second, bro. Did you just say somebody gonna get a $400,000 tax refund and all they just got through spending was $100,000? That's correct, because their money is coming back to them. And you said, how is that? Well, that's why I told you got to come to the Financial IQ Challenge, because y'all don't know what's going on around here. You didn't even realize that your money could circulate as opposed to just going out and not coming back in. All right, look, I got to get out of here, y'all. I said I was going to talk for 10 minutes. I'm going to talk to y'all for about an hour, maybe longer than that. What is it? Yeah, almost an hour. I'm looking at this thing. It says 51 minutes and 57 seconds. And I'm in Hawaii, and it's 80 degrees outside. And my daughter and my grandkids just got here. So what we're getting ready to go do today is we're going over to this luau, I think that's how you say it. Felicia, you still here? Can you put that word in the chat? I don't even know how to spell it. So anyway, they're going to take this pig. Sound gross. They're going to take this pig, roast them like right in front of everybody. Then they're going to do some belly dancing and stuff. Shantae was like, you going to come watch the belly dances, ain't you, Ricky? I was like, praise the Lord on that. You better believe that. Woo, 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 woo. She's like, I knew you would come watch the belly dances. I said, God is good. God is good. Don't be hating on me. Don't be hating on me. Don't be hating on me. Look, I make money decisions fast. All right. That's why I'm in Hawaii, because I don't let nobody talk me out of my money. All right. And I don't care what you think. I don't care what you haters. I don't care what none of y'all haters think. All right. That's what's wrong with y'all. If y'all go up, let me tell you something. When y'all go into 2023, promise me, everybody promise me this. Promise me this. I'm firing my haters. All right. I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing else. We got about 5 minutes left. But I promise you, I'll teach you the rest of this lesson. If y'all just put it in the chat box right now, I'm firing my haters. All right. Matter of fact, you didn't even gotta say all that. Just say you fired. All right. Just put it in the chat box. All right, everybody. I want y'all to fire y'all haters for 2023. Come on, let's go. Because I fired all mine before I even got here. Well, y'all, I don't see nothing. I don't see y'all. Where y'all at? I don't see y'all. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing in the chat box. All right. I ain't teaching nothing else. All right. I'm in Hawaii and I'm talking to y'all for an hour. And y'all can't talk back to me for 5 minutes. Come on. You fired. Come on. There you go, Kevin. You fired. Anybody else firing their haters? Come on. Where y'all at? I don't see nobody on what's this? Instagram right here. See, I'm tired. I'm tired because I'll be staying up late while I'm down here doing stuff I'll never do. Why? Because I ain't got nothing to do. All right. So y'all better, I'm telling you, if I don't get at least 5 more people to tell me y'all firing y'all haters, I ain't got nothing else to say except aloha. All right. I'm gonna get up out of here. Where y'all at? KMT. Thank you so much, Kim. You're fired. Come on, talk to y'all haters. Let them know you're fired. Talk to them. Where y'all at? Come on, Selena. Talk to them. All right. Thank you, Selena. God bless you. Who else want to bless themselves? Come on, Mrs. Johnson. Thank you. Thank you for blessing yourself. Come on, bless yourself now. Tell your haters. Put it in the chat box. Come on. I'm listening. I'm watching. Come on, I'm looking. I'll give y'all a couple of more minutes. Let me see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Got 5 here. All right, give me 5 more people to fire your haters. Let's go. Come on. I ain't gonna teach y'all nothing else. All right. If y'all just want to hang out for the next 5 minutes and watch this Hawaii shirt, that's up to you. But if I was y'all, I'd fire my haters, right? Just put it in the chat box. Go ahead. Wherever you at, just put it in the chat box. say get fired. All right. We're going to 2023 and I'm firing all my haters. They fired. You ain't got to worry about quitting on me this year. Why? Because I'm firing you. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else gonna fire their haters? Where y'all at? I ain't got one more person gonna fire you. You gonna take them with you? Are you gonna take them with you? 2023, you got haters all around you, and you finna drag them over into a whole nother year with you. Come on now. Come on, Husky Derek. Thank you. Husky Derek just bailed y'all out. He fired his haters. All right. So for these last 4 minutes, I want you guys to understand this, that as you go into 2023, this is what I would do if I was you. This is what I'm doing with my money to make it grow fast. I am taking all the money that I make, that I earn, all the money I can borrow, that I borrow. Here's the ticket right here. I'm putting it inside of my trust, and I'm spending it as fast as possible. Why? Out of my trust. Why? Because every dollar comes back at least 4 times after the IRS take their money and after my company even take my own money out of it. All right. Still got 4 times left over. That's 400% on the money I'm spending. And they have to give me the money because they have to pull the credits because we operate out of an unincorporated trust. They ain't doing it because they're nice. They ain't doing it because they feel sorry for me. They doing it because they ain't got no choice. I live a life where people got to treat me right. Are y'all listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you listening? Are you paying attention to what I'm saying? The IRS, they work for me. I don't work for them. All right. I found out how they give out tax credits, and I found out that they give out millions and millions and millions of millions of dollars every year if you just file right. Okay. If your stuff just set up correct. When I found that out, I'm like, I ain't got to work another day of my life. Now all I got to do is just make sure I circulate my money. Are you listening to me? We're going to go out here and go shopping with the grandkids. All right. The answer is yes. All right. They say, hey, what? Yeah, you can take how many of those? Take 10 of them. All right. Because I got 4 days left. All right. So in Hawaii, we're still in the United States. All right. So every time they swipe this trust debit card, I'm going to get back 4 times what I spent. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy as much stuff as I can. Why? They say, do they need all that stuff? It don't even matter. All right. I'm just going to be like, bam. All right. Yeah, we take that. Bet I almost bought a $40,000 watch yesterday. Almost. I was like, it was one of these. Y'all ever seen this cat? I promise y'all we got 3 minutes and I'm out of here. I'm definitely not talking more than an hour. Y'all ever seen this dude? What's the name? Harry Wilson. Anybody else ever been in this joint? Harry Wilson. Y'all ever been in there? All right. So I tried on the 40,000. I don't even wear watches, okay? I don't even wear them. I mean, what the heck? You just look at your phone and see what time it is. But I was like, what the heck? If I pay $40,000 for it, I'm really paying myself $160,000 to buy it. So do I want to pay $40,000 for a watch? I was like, even me, as much as I look at money like it's little, I'm like, it seemed like a stretch for a watch. But it did feel good, though. I was like, why it cost $40,000? Can you just educate me? So the lady was talking. She was like Japanese or something. I couldn't out. She's Hawaiian Japanese. She was Hawaiianese. I don't know what she was. Because everybody seemed like they're Japanese. Everybody looked like they're Japanese or Korean or something like that. So I can't tell who I'm looking at out here. But everybody friendly. But she could barely speak English, so I could hardly understand what she was saying. I was like, she's an awful expensive place to be saying words, and I really can't understand. I was trying to understand it, but I was like, it was a stretch. But she was real nice. She was real nice. What was her name? Let me see. What was her name? Her name was Sawa. She said, just call me Sawa. Sawako. But she said, just call me Sawa. All right. I was like, okay, Sawa. I was like, Sawa. So why does watch cost so much? So she was like, I said, what is this gold? She's like, oh, 18 karat gold. I was like, oh, that's nice. It did feel good too. It just wrapped around my wrist. It just felt so doggone good until I was like, I don't know. Just make you want to look every 5 seconds talking about what time is. So I'm going to ask y'all before I go. Just tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. I'll just put it in the chat box. Just yes or no. I get back 4 times what I'm going to buy. Should I get this Harry Winston watch? Just put yes or no. That's all I want to know before I go. Come on, help me out, y'all. Come on. I got 1 minute. 1 minute. Come on, can you just tell me yes or no? Just put yes. That's it. Just put, go ahead, Brother Rick. No. Selena said, don't go for it. All right. Selena said no. All right. I got 1 no. All right, come on. We got 30 seconds. Come on, help me out, y'all. Come on. Don't y'all appreciate me talking to y'all from Hawaii? Can't y'all give me 30 seconds worth of love? Let's go. All right. What should I do? Serena said no. I got 1 no. I'm gonna have to listen to Serena then if I ain't got nobody else. Husky Derek said go for it. All right. That's 1 and 1. All All right, let me see. Brother Matthews. Brother Matthews said yes, so that's 2. Kevin said don't go for it. All right. All right, so it's tied up. Who's gonna break the tie? We got 6 seconds. Who's gonna break the tie? Yes or no? Should I get this? Harry Winston. All right, health expert said get it. All right, so it's 3-2. It's 3-2. It's 3-2. Yeah. He said yes and stop acting like he's looking at the phone. Selena also he's saying get it. So that's 4-1 now, Selena. He said, let me see. You got me confused now. Let me look on here again. All right. Because I'm taking seriously what y'all saying here. All right. So Selena said, Selena, I'm tripping. You got 2 different answers up here. Nope. Maybe he was talking about something else. All right. So Derek said yes. Health expert said yes. Let me see here. Selena said yes. So that's 3. Husky Derek said yes. All right. My main man Kevin said no. And then Kim T said yeah. So I ain't got number 1 no. All right. So I got 5, 6 yeses. Y'all want me to go for it, huh? Y'all say go for it? Y'all say get this Harry Winston. What is it? Yeah, Harry Winston watch. Anybody else even heard of Harry Winston? Come on, over. This is right behind me is Louis Vuitton, Hermes, and I ain't never even heard it. I ain't even heard it. I ain't no highfalutin dude, you dig? I'm just a regular dude from the, I'm just a regular dude, but I need to spend the money. All right, I got to spend some money before these last for 31st, so I get these tax credits back. So I think that's it. Does anybody even know though? I would feel a little better if I knew the history of Harry Winston. I'm like, if I'm gonna get a $40,000 watch, should I give it to somebody else who at least doing something for cancer or something, doing something good, something like that? All right. So it looks like y'all got me leaning towards going ahead and getting it because y'all said yeah. All right. We got way more yeses than we got nos. All right. So I believe the grandkids is up now. I got to get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. If you haven't registered for my Financial IQ Challenge, I recommend that you register. Let me just tell you what's going on with that. It's January the 2nd. And you said, do your research, Kevin. Kevin's still on that. Kevin hating on that Harry Winston. Kevin, you tell me who else I should do. Who should I? If you was gonna buy a $40,000 watch, Kevin, who would you get it from? Tell me that while I'm explaining the rest of this about the challenge. All right. So the way the challenge works is that from January the 2nd through January the 6th, I'll still be here in Hawaii, but I'll be teaching you guys around the world. So we're going to be talking about tax credits. We're going to be talking about how to buy real estate. We're going to be talking about how to get back 4 times all the money you spend. We're going to be talking about the law and why everything that we do is legal. For all you guys that's paranoid and all that sort of thing, we'll be teaching you all that. And we're going to be teaching you the secrets of how the wealthy can't get sued and you don't even know who we are. All right. You don't even know how much money we got or nothing. And so we're going to be teaching y'all all of that. And if you want to listen to the questions now, if you want to come in and listen to all the questions, then pay $5.97 to be on the front seats. All right. We're about to go see Hamilton. All right. Tomorrow night, all of us, all 9 of us here, we're going to see Hamilton tomorrow night. So Hamilton is the story of Alexander Hamilton. It's an all-black cast, cold-blooded, playing right here in Honolulu. So we're going to see that tomorrow night. So I said, Shantae, get everybody a ticket. I said, get the front row. We want to spend the money. I said, get the front row so we can spend as much money as possible. So they didn't have the front row. So we got to sit about 4 seats back. Then I said, when I get back home, I'm going to watch the Memphis Grizzlies because they come in and play against. Just thinking about going back to Indiana got me shivering, cold. So I'm like, but anyway, I said, get some seats on 2 seats like on the front row. So that was like $5,000. So I pay myself $20,000 to watch Ja Morant, all right, because I'm gonna get the money back. So all of you guys, you got to make money fast by hiring people, and then secondly, you got to get your money back fast because you need to circulate it instead of spend it. That's the 2 rules for the day. All right, I love you all. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll be checking in on you periodically, let you know how things are going here. Be blessed in the city and be blessed in the field. I love you. There ain't nothing you can do about that. And remember that stellar is as stellar does. Aloha. I'll see you guys soon. All right, you guys. See you soon.